Right now, flags are at half-staff in honor of a firefighter who died last night while fighting a house fire. The Nelsonville man was 38 years old and leaves behind a wife and 2 children.
Funeral arrangements are set for this Friday. 10 TV's Kevin Landers spoke to the family, who say they lost everything in the fire and then watched the firefighter take his last breath.
That's pretty scared. Not gonna lie.
Asleep with her 2 boys, Liam 4 and Koa 3, Lainey Dye woke to her husband screaming the house was on fire.
I walked in and the house was fine. I sat down, 2 or 3 minutes later, the whole house was full of smoke.
Lainey says she reached for her kids.
Just picked him up and ran. Like we just literally just grabbed him, scooped him up as fast as we could. Like there was just no time for thinking. We just had to get him and get the hell out.
She says the smoke poured from the seams of the kitchen windows. Then the heat melted the back of the home.
I'm sitting here like celebrating the fact that my kids got out and that we're okay. And then, you know what I mean, another family is mourning, you know, the loss of theirs.
She's talking about Nelsonville firefighter Jeff Arms.
We literally sat right there at our neighbor's house and watched that firefighter die right there in front of our house.
Dye says she heard a low oxygen alarm go off on Arms' tank as he worked to save their home.
When he came out of the house, we realized that it was his oxygen tank. So he took his tank off and then he took his mask off. Well, when he took his mask off, he was beat red.
According to the family, firefighter Arms raced up this grass hill with a fire hose to put out the smoke that was coming out of the kitchen window. He later came back down, grabbed another hose, and went up the hill again. They say he collapsed right here.
And he was trying to get the hose up this way, up the bank here. Well, when he was doing so, he had the hose like this, and he was turned this way, yanking it, and he just kind of like paused for a second. And I thought it seemed a little odd. And then he just kind of like went limp.
The family says it was hard enough losing their home on top of watching someone they didn't know lose their life in the process.
We are very, very thankful for everything that he did. He worked his butt off, and honestly, there's just really no words for it. There really isn't. Like, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for his wife and kids.
The family of 4 says the fire took everything they owned and are leaning on the Red Cross for housing. They say they are grateful to know they all made it out alive.
Honestly, the real important thing here is that my kids made it out. We made it out. I mean, honestly, I could have cared less about myself.
Kevin Landers, 10 TV News.
Now, the family believes the fire was electrical, but no official cause has been determined. Nelsonville's fire chief telling us Friday's funeral is open to the public. We have more information on our website at 10tv.com.